Welcome back to the basement.
Welcome back to the basement yard. There he is in his Hawaiian shirt, nice and hot out. Why are you acting so cool? I hope that people can see what Frank's doing because I'm not enjoying it. Oh, he's flexing his muscles.
No, I'm just
and you're
living.
looking off into the distance. Oop,
I'm just living.
Okay. The way that you're
Why?
rubbing...
Can I ask you a question?
Yep.
Why is this, like, the go-to move for, like, people that are, like, getting into business or something?
What does that phrase mean?
Well, like, when people would be like, they're about to get into something. Like, whether it be food or, like...
Oh, you're like, ooh.
And they're like, ooh, or, like... you'd always see, like, in rap videos, like Birdman. Let's be honest. It's always Birdman.
He's always...
Birdman. Birdman was the one that would just be looking at it and he'd just be like...
Stunner. Yeah,
And listen, I love Birdman. I got no gripes with Birdman.
That'd be
I just
weird
want
if
to know...
you had gripes with Birdman.
Yeah, who am I to have gripes with Birdman?
You don't
Hey,
deserve a gripe.
I don't... You're damn right I don't deserve a gripe with Birdman. He has done way more in his life. And he's just like... Like, what? Why is this? Like,
I don't know.
Like, I'm getting into something. Do you wipe your hands for anything outside of cleaning them?
I feel like you would be someone who, like, you know, you're excited about food and you're like, ooh.
You see...
Why is that crazy?
You know, I'm always reminded of, did you see, I don't know if you've ever seen these, but, like, every now and then I get, like, cringe TikTok compilations.
Yeah.
And one of them is, like, a girl who's, like...
Frank, I almost killed myself with my own phone that day.
She's, like, looking at the pancake. She's, like... and it's just
She's
like and behind her...
There's a person behind her just being like, what the fuck are you doing?
I just, like, I see that. Like, that's when you, when you say that to me, you put me in the same classification as that person.
No, those things I think
he
are
does,
on different
right?
Planets.
He absolutely does.
No, those are on different planets.
Are they on different planets? If I'm getting into food, I'm sitting down. I'm not warming my hands up. My hands are ready. I'm ready for whatever food is in front of me.
Food is ready. But like, we've talked about it before. We're both the type of person that, like, sometimes when you get into bed and it's really comfy, you're like, ooh,
yeah.
And you, like, kick your feet like a pig.
Yeah. I'm a squealing little fucking gutter pig when I get in bed.
I know. So that's why, like, this isn't that crazy to be like, ooh, ribs.
Yeah, but I just don't, like, I get why people, like, it's just kind of a thing that people do now. I'm saying, why is that what they do, though?
I don't know.
Like, where did that come from? Like, we can kind of trace back the origins to most stupid shit that we do, you know? Like, when people are like, woof, you know, like, woof, you know, woof. I'm trying to get it right. Phew. That's it.
Phew is what
Phew.
you...
Sound like fucking
Mario
pantomimes. Like, that's come from, like, wiping a brow, you know, after... physical labor, but people do it now as just like a, well, that was close, you know?
I hate that, dude.
I don't get, ooh, here we go. What, like, maybe it's like an ancient times thing.
I wouldn't think this deeply about it, to be honest with you.
I mean, it's worth knowing.
I think it's just like, I don't know, people are excited. Like, they make like,
Well, that's why they do it now. It's because they're just like,
You do that, though. Like, when you get excited, you get in here, you get squeaky. I think I do too sometimes.
Not in front of people.
You're a squeaker, though.
What have I done to deserve this attack today? Have I done anything to you?
I'm not saying it's even negative. I'm just saying you are a squeaker.
A squeaker in what regards?
Like that.
See, now this...
I mean, there's going to be a compilation now.
This seems all...
There's going to be a compilation
There's
now.
no compilations of anything.
PBY Unhinged.
No, don't hinge yourself. When I do get excited, I get like pent up. It's funny because
Yeah, you make fists.
I get very like, I don't know where to put it. You remember that couple that was like violently bullied on TikTok for the love surge thing?
Yeah.
We made fun of them. Not us, but like the world made fun of them. But like, honestly, I kind of see what they got going on there because like I'm sometimes so fucking excited. I just shake and I don't know what to do with it. Mm-hmm. Like I have like if I'm just so into something, it's like, fuck, you know?
Right.
And I don't know what to do.
I don't know.
But sometimes it becomes like a
Yeah. You just want to like grit your teeth until they explode out of your mouth.
yes.
Yes. You know, I know what you mean.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You know, motherfucker.
What'd you just say?
Like that.
Motherfucker?
What?
Motherfucker.
Yeah. But I'm not. I wouldn't call myself a squeaker by any stretch of the imagination.
You're a little squeaky.
You're a squirter. How about that?
I'll take it. I don't think I've ever squirt. I don't know why I said thing. I'm certain that I haven't squirt.
You certain you haven't been squirting?
Yeah, I have not. But if you out there get really excited that you want to squeak or squirt, we have some squirty news for you. Squeaky news? If you want to squirt, start listening.
Definitely not the messaging. This is weekly, Joe.
You want something to squirt over?
This
Or
is
something to squeak over?
This is weekly.
I know.
This is weekly.
I know. And
It's
I'll be
okay.
honest with you, 408 degrees in here, and I will be wet by the end of this thing. Not in that way.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
My
So,
head's squirting.
This is a
squeaking.
wet episode.
It's a wet episode.
The moistment yard.
Don't try to make names.
Oh, you like that, right?
The moistment
Let's just
yard?
talk about moist stuff. By the way, me saying moist, there are those 3 like pick me people listening to this that are just like, oh, you know, like they can't hear the word moist.
Never thought that word was that bad.
Yeah, it's fine. We have a friend who can't hear the word moist or towelette, and they do the whole like
Towelette?
Yeah, moist towelette,
I don't mind.
and they're like
moist is so close to mist, and mist I love. Mist.
mist.
Mist is great. Mist.
Oh, finding one of those misty fans at like Six Flags or Splish Splash.
I was thinking of more being near a waterfall and getting some real mist.
When have you been near a waterfall, Joey?
Many times hiking. Go outside. There's rocks and waters.
I go outside.
I go outside.
I live outside.
I live outside.
Okay.
I live outside.
I live in the outside. I mean, I've seen like small waterfall. When you say waterfall, I'm thinking like the ones in like movies.
Okay. Well, there's waterfalls like that are not like they're not like.
By definition, the water is falling.
That's not what I'm saying.
Oh, what are you saying?
Just there's different sizes. They're not all the size of fucking Niagara Falls, but
You been to Niagara Falls? Do you care to go to Niagara Falls?
not particularly.
I hear it's not very nice, like the
You
surrounding
would go
area.
and it's like, oh, this is what I thought it
The
was.
falls are falling.
You know, it is falling over here, and then I would go home. Because what
Yeah.
else are you gonna do?
I would like to.
I would go on the boat if anything.
That's what I was going to say. I'd go on the boat and just be wet
in a poncho.
and just like in a poncho. But like honestly, if you're going on that boat, take the poncho off.
Yeah, get
Get
soaking
fucking
wet.
soaking
you
wet.
Bitch.
Idiots.
Get soaking wet.
I was the type of kid at the water parks that like found the spot where the big bucket of water hit the most intense. Do you remember that?
What does that mean?
Aunt knows.
Oh, the ones that would just fall randomly.
Yeah, and like you would like scan around and you would find where was like you'd get hit the best, and then you'd hit it and it'd just fucking, and you'd like tense up when you're getting hit by all this water.
I used to love going to Splish Splash, dude. It's like a perfect afternoon. You get up early, you get there, you got some sandwiches in the middle of the day, you take a break, you go to the parking lot, you eat a little bit, then you get back in there, you go to the wave pool, you almost drown, you get home, you get a fever for the next 3 days, and
Yep.
you're good.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
You're chilling. Someone takes a dump
That's
in
exactly.
the wave
you
pool.
get some of that water in your mouth, and then you contemplate like how long you have to live.
Right.
You get some pizza that is immediately out of the oven and the hottest it's ever been, and then by the time it's edible, it's completely cold.
And then you get a $15 churro.
You get a $15 churro. You go over to the fountain drink machine, and you have to fight off 400 wasps that are there because of all the sugar that has been dropped on the ground.
It's true. It's so true.
There was a laundromat by our house called Splish Splash. My friend's dad decided to take his son to Splish Splash. Went to the laundromat instead. Went home.
Wait,
This guy didn't know that the Splish Splash
like
in your it wasn't in your neighborhood.
He was a child.
Oh, like he didn't do it as like a joke. Like I'm gonna teach you a lesson. Like it
His
was
dad
just like,
brought him there.
He said, "Oh, we're going to Splish Splash. Get in the car."
Oh, was he fucking with him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He
And
was,
I thought his dad was
Oh,
an
no.
idiot.
Oh no! And then they went to the laundromat and just went home.
I thought his dad was a fucking idiot.
Dad's a piece of shit. We could say that, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
Is his dad alive?
Yep, still kicking.
Give it time.
So close.
It'll happen.
Get it done.
No, I said give it time.
I said get it.
Get it done. Kill him. No. But yeah, if you want some squirty news,
We don't need to say it like that. It's good news, But who are we to say if it is squirt-worthy? Squirthy.
Squirrely.
Squirvy.
I know.
Squirthy.
Got it. So we have shows that are coming up, and we have a special guest that is coming to 3 of them. Okay, we're talking about Atlantic City, we're talking about Vegas, and we're talking about what are we talking about?
Hollywood, Florida.
In Hollywood, Florida. I forgot that one. Hollywood, Florida, Las Vegas, and Atlantic City in New Jersey. We have a special guest that's going to be opening up the shows for us, in addition to Amed, because he's not going anywhere. But for those
We've
3
tried
shows,
to get rid of him.
We
He
tried.
ain't
We
going.
tried. We can't peel him off of the lineup. He's gonna hear that and be like, "Bro, the fuck."
He's like, honestly, bro,
I'm not even
honestly,
gonna come.
guys,
Forget
like,
it.
I'm
Fuck
good.
it.
I'm
I won't
totally
even come.
good.
Fuck
I'm
it.
totally
Alright.
good. I
It's
don't
fine.
need
You
to
don't need
fucking
me.
do it. No.
Fuck it.
No. Don't worry about it. No, yeah, all right. That's what Ahmed's gonna do. And he's gonna see this and be like, they think the show's on. They think the cameras are
Yeah.
on.
Okay. Yeah. Do the show. You're real funny.
Yeah.
You can't say anything today.
Anything.
When we're on tour, it's like, the show's tomorrow, so save the jokes. For
Literally
that.
any joke you made, whether it be a dinner, anything. He's be like, just so you know, there's no crowd right here right now. The show tomorrow.
But for those 3 shows, Danny is gonna open up the shows for us. Danny Lopiori. You guys know him. He's going to open up the shows in AC, Hollywood, Florida, and Las Vegas. So if you don't have tickets, you can go to thebasementyard.com, buy tickets to those shows. And, yeah, little special guest going to open up for us in those shows.
We should have Danny and Amed fight on stage, fist fight on stage to see, like, what happens.
That would be so interesting. Because now we're talking about 2 people who cry a lot.
And Danny has the weight. Not that he's a big dude, but like he's bigger than Amed.
Still have power.
But Amed has, I think, the length and the wingspan.
He might.
Ahmed's arms are like the Cloverfield monster. He's got long arms.
Does he?
Yeah, he's got long arms.
I never even really noticed the length of his arms.
Yeah, he's got long ones. So, what?
I just spit something.
Why? How come when you spit it's fine? When I spit it's not?
What does that mean?
I spit on the episode. This is a very wet episode.
But what are you talking about when you're like drinking something and you spit all over the table?
That's accidental. I mean, like if I'm just like
Yeah.
spit.
No.
We'll
We're
spit
not-
it up.
We're not spitting. But yeah, so go get tickets, thebasementyard.com for that. Also, there's another announcement coming very soon about the New York show. So be on the lookout for that. It's going to be coming very fucking soon. Very fucking soon.
Oh.
Okay, so the New York show, it's going to be very exciting. But, I'm starting to go. I'm starting to sweat.
You're
here.
starting to sweat.
But
You're
yeah,
getting a little wet over there. Are you squirting from your pores?
I am squirting. My arms are squirting.
Really?
Yeah.
Yo, one time I had to be on a steroid for like medical reasons. When I say I literally felt the drip. Come on. I literally felt the sweat dripping from my arms. Like I felt it like start, form, and drip.
Because you had sensitive skin, or because it was like you were sweating a lot?
I was taking people take steroids for like medical reasons, like if they needed to do something like.
I'm aware, Frank.
But like it was the effects of it. Like the doctors told me like, yo, you can't drink on this, you can't work out on this, because it needs to just do what the medicine is doing, you know.
Interesting.
And I remember like literally, the sweat was pouring from my armpits. And I'm not a sweaty guy, dude. You, on the other hand,
My head sweats a lot.
you on the other hand are the sweatiest.
I mean, you
fuck.
sweat.
I do, but it's not like my head.
Your
it's
pits.
mostly it's some of my pits, and it's mostly my grundle buns.
But you also, you have some white shirts, and the pits look
Well,
like.
I blame that on a deodorant brand that I'm not going to air out here, because I bought that deodorant for the reason it was like all natural, yada yada yada. People are like, you don't want aluminum in your armpits. What the fuck did these aluminum? What the fuck did deodorant ever do to me?
We don't know.
Exactly.
But I want to know, regardless, like.
It was whatever that deodorant was. It was literally turning my shirts, like the underarms, black. I'm not even kidding. I had to get rid of a ton of shirts. I was so pissed because they were really nice T-shirts that I liked.
I was going to say, it looked like you were trying to conceal the smell of your pits with dirt.
Yo, I get yes. That's exactly what it looked like. And I was so pissed.
What does that look like?
Right now, it looks okay.
Yeah, you're good. It's a little dirty.
It's a little dirty. It's a little discolored.
It's a little dirty.
It's a little bit. Well, it's an undershirt. What do you expect it to do? It's doing its job. It's under my shirt.
That's all it needs to do.
It's what it's doing. Its literal job. The same way that Jackass
did its job.
did its job.
Can you tell when something's an undershirt and and a shirt?
Technically,
An overshirt's different.
anything with buttons is not an undershirt.
I'm just talking about like a white tee,
A white tee could be an undershirt too.
but it could be just a shirt.
Yeah, it could be both. But there are certain grades of t-shirts that are meant specifically. Like they're thinner and they're not meant to be like over, like maybe even a little see-through sometimes.
I don't like undershirts.
I like them. I'm using them more because it's a comfort thing, honestly. I find
They're comfortable?
Yeah. And it like
What do you find? You said you find. What do
I
you find?
find that I feel more comfortable with an undershirt on than without one.
Is that because you like fabric up against your skin?
I think so. And I think I don't like
Do you like to be topless?
No. I don't
don't-
like to be naked.
You don't like to be topless.
No, I don't. And it has nothing. I've always been like that.
You don't like. Yeah.
Like, we could sit here and parse through my ability to be active the last couple of weeks, but like, I just don't like being naked
Topless.
or topless.
What
Like
about
topless,
bottomless?
sure.
What are you more likely to be? Pantsless or topless?
That's a great question.
Is it?
Yeah.
So you think that it's so close? That,
I'm more likely to be pantsless.
so you walk around like Winnie the Pooh?
I have a robe on. What do you count? How do you count that?
I meant you're.
When
in
I'm
the-
wearing a robe, most of the time I have a shirt on and just in my boxers. There's sometimes where I have just boxers. There's sometimes where I have shorts and no shirt.
Do you
but
ever go? Meet out?
Who do you think I am?
I don't know.
What home do you think I'm running?
I'm just saying, like,
You think this is just a fucking nudity fest?
I'm not saying you live in a commune and you're like.
It's
doing
basically
that.
what you're saying.
I'm saying when you have the privacy of being in your own.
I
whatever.
like to be. I like to be clothed in some capacity.
Right.
I don't like to be naked.
What about footless? That's not what I meant to say.
That's not a thing.
Barefoot.
Mostly I'm in socks.
Mostly in socks.
Mostly in socks. I sleep in socks. Sometimes. Most of the time, I should say.
What determines that?
If I fall asleep with socks on.
Oh, I thought you were like.
If it's like, I need to be like extra uncomfortable for me to take my socks off. But I'm pretty good. And you might make fun of me. I think, I have no basis for this, but I think my Hispanic heritage, my
Now we're
Colombian
getting somewhere.
heritage, has something to do with my body's ability to regulate heat. I'm never like too hot. I'm never too cold. I'm always like, oh, it's a little hot, but I'm okay. Or it's a little cold, but I'm okay. And I've always been.
I get hot and cold.
Well,
I get hot and cold.
yeah.
I mean, mostly I have a baseline of
Because your ancestors were in fucking.
careful.
Your ancestors were in castles and shit. You fucking colonizers.
First of all,
Too much.
that's the British.
Uh,
Yeah, we probably did. Too.
The Italian? Maybe not. Maybe
I
not
don't
the
know.
Irish.
Well, yeah. I don't know.
The Italians.
What?
Christopher Columbus wasn't he Italian?
Yeah, but he sailed for Spain.
We were just trying to do a job.
Oh, you're taking ownership of him too? I want everyone to be clear. Ant spoke up in defense of Christopher Columbus.
Trying to do a job.
Can
man.
I say something about Christopher Columbus? What an ugly man.
Yeah, that haircut sucked.
Everything sucks. Not cute, to be honest. Like, I think that, like, if you're gonna do stuff,
And he was
Just,
probably thought of as like a ladies' man back then.
what I mean.
They were just like, oh, he was a real dog. And
He
it was
reminds
like,
me of
he
the
was an
Quaker
ugly.
Oats guy.
Does look like the
Those
Quaker
they look
Oats guy.
similar. You know what I'm saying?
He does, yeah. I get you.
Like they're wearing Kentucky Derby hats. It's like, what is this? He had weird looking teeth.
Well, they had like their like sleeves were like the ones that look like they should be on like the turkey's feet at dinner. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They were, like,
what the
puffed.
fuck is that? Like,
I don't
why are
know.
you guys dressed like Austin Powers?
Bro, if I was listen, I understand he had like a naval fleet or what was a naval fleet at the time. If I saw Christopher Columbus come into my spot and he's like, "Yo, this is mine now," I'm swinging on him and I'm beating the dog shit out of that ugly fuck.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm afraid of Christopher Columbus.
This guy was probably like back then the like average height was like
5'3".
yeah, your height. And then like they died at like 24. So like you're gonna tell me that like a 5'3", 19-year-old showed up, dude? I'm squaring up with him. This guy's hitting.
Yeah, I'm knocking his block off.
He's catching a fucking.
This guy's
hook.
gonna show up dressed as Billy Elliot, and I'm gonna be afraid of him? No, I'm not, dude. I'm just not.
And he's naming. Oh, these are my ships: the Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria. Those are gonna be the 3-piece combos. That I'm
Wait,
gonna
was
hit
that
you
the
with.
Pilgrims?
That might have been the
Yeah.
Pilgrims. What did he sail on? He sailed on something.
1492. That's
The
all I know.
Pilgrims too, bro.
Yeah, Pilgrims, bro. They pull
They're
up.
stepping on my land in penny loafers and high socks, and they're like, this is ours now. I'm saying, like, watch this: Nina, Pinta, Santa Maria.
They're saying Christopher Columbus was 6 foot.
Get the fuck out of here! They're lying like the NBA.
He might have beat somebody up here.
Not me.
6 foot.
Not me. Let me tell you. If I'm eye to eye with Christopher Columbus,
No, I'm fucking beating the shit out of Christopher Columbus. Are you
I
kidding
will
me?
say I
The guy,
will.
You probably died from a fever. That guy.
I will. Yeah, I just gotta sneeze on him. My 21st century fucking immune system will crumble his.
Yeah, literally. I'll just throw a white claw in his face, and he'll burn like the Wicked Witch.
Or you can throw
The
magic.
Yeah, dude. Fuck.
No, that fucking little dweeb. I will say.
Napoleon? Are you kidding me? Are we joking?
There's been like recent like things that say like he was not actually like 4'8". He was
So
like,
someone lied on him the way that you lie on me.
well, yeah. I mean,
Just say yes.
I don't know about that.
How tall is Napoleon?
5'6".
Oh,
Oh. First of all,
bro. Also, like Caesar and Alexander the Great, they were like they conquered the whole world by 20.
how, dude?
Get at. I know they had an army behind them. I get that. The army is the impressive part.
Yeah, you just gotta be a smooth talker.
I can just do simple arithmetic and be like, I'm smarter than you, you idiot.
He's getting a sword
It's so crazy. 5'6".
and a half.
It's so funny that he's 5'6" because like that is short, but it's not what I thought he was.
Well, the
way that he's depicted.
Well, yeah, when people call it a Napoleon complex, it's like little guys, like small, like
Yeah.
5 foot. I wasn't pointing at you, but you know what I mean, like, like 5 foot. You know, like the bagel. Remember the bagel boss? The guy,
Yes.
that guy. He
R.I.P.
was.
R.I.P. He's dead.
Did he go?
I don't know. I think he
Kind of.
did.
It's funny. He had his moment in fame, moment of like his 15 minutes of fame, and then he just started saying some like kind of racist stuff. People were like,
I'm like, damn.
"Fuck, all right, you suck now."
Now he could have been streaming on fucking Kick. He would have made a fortune. Just walking into bagel spots, just yelling at people. I'd
I'll
watch
never.
that.
That was such a time. That was such an iconic time. You
What is he
remember how
saying?
upset he was? He was just like, "She called me and she says I'm small," or some shit like that.
And
I'm
the
a
voice-
little buddy,
Yeah.
or some shit like
You're
that.
not my
I see women laughing, pointed at me.
with the biting lip. That's what
With
he
the
said. With the biting lip.
dude, and he was like pressing guys. Like he'd be like, "Come on, you want to fight?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I do want to fight."
See, I'm terrified of shit like that. Like a dude in public just freaking out like that. I don't
Oh
care.
yeah, no, that is
I'd be
scary.
like, yo, this guy has weapons.
Dude, there was
And
something.
nothing to lose.
There was something recently that I saw that was it was I don't know if it was a convention or some event, but there was a live audience and a guy just like started rambling and got on stage, like made his way on stage and was like rambling and had a big backpack on. And people were just like kind of uncomfortable. They didn't know what was going on. And then whoever was like moderating or doing whatever, like had a microphone, they said to the audience, they were like, "Run." And the guy
out.
And the guy put his backpack down and turned around, and people fucking took off.
I would have been out.
The second I saw him get on that stage, out of there.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I'm scared.
I don't like. You know what?
I'm scared.
I'm scared too, and it's okay.
Yeah, I used to think that being scared was so stupid. Not stupid. Like you're like when you're younger, like being called a pussy is like the biggest deal in the world.
Yeah, dude.
Let me tell you something right now. You're looking at the world's biggest pussy. Right here. Right now.
Right here. Right now.
Right here.
Right now.
The clit and everything.
Oh,
God
which
damn.
would be probably
Are
around
you-
here.
Are you okay, dude?
Yeah, I said clit. Big deal. Oh, my little virgin ears. It's a vagina. Your wife gave birth to babies. Okay? Through her ears.
Don't you dare talk about my woman's
You can
uterus.
tell his body temperature's getting a little
I was
high.
going to say, you can tell you might be getting a little hot and bothered
Yeah,
in
might be
here
a
now. He was a little horny before.
I said clit, and the
You were talking about here. I got something to squirt. You said you could squirt over.
Technically, you said squirting first.
I didn't say it.
I said you were a squeaker. You called me a squirter, so that's you, buddy. What's going on with your hair? Let's talk about that.
This is my hair having been washed a couple days ago.
You look like the guy in the 90s movies that are like really good at computers and like drink like energy drinks.
I'm in.
Yeah, like that.
No, this is my hair. I'm gonna cut it soon.
You said that.
I know. Last time we recorded. What were we saying?
Joe's the squirt.
Oh no, you're 100% right. Like one of the like as a young kid, at least during our time when we were kids, like the view of masculinity was like you shouldn't be afraid of anything. You shouldn't be in serious pain. And you well, it was like
What was that?
well, it was like if you fall and scrape your knee, you better get right. Oh, come on. Oh, a little scratch?
Pop up.
Yeah, come on, rub some dirt in it. Don't rub dirt in any wounds or open wounds that you have.
Yeah, that's a crazy piece of advice.
Rub some dirt in it,
It's on it.
on it, in it.
I know. I'm just saying. Rub
Don't-
some dirt on it, and you'll be fine.
Listen.
I'm not rubbing dirt on my bullet wound. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. Oh, my finger is bent sideways. Rub some dirt on it. Get back in.
How do I rub dirt on a broken neck? Explain that, Dad.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Did your dad?
No, my dad never told me to rub some dirt on it. I think that he may have physically rubbed dirt on a wound of mine before, but he never told me to.
I love that like old school mentality of just like medicine's not real. If you take it, it makes your immune system more gay.
More gay.
And
Tylenol, gay. Advil, trans.
well, let me guess. You got a headache? Do what the rest of us do. Hate your wife. It's like, come on.
Take your day out on your kids. Don't take ibuprofen.
Yeah.
Go home and scream at your wife and
Let
children.
me see. You bleeding? Suck it up. Pushy. Like, chill. My dad didn't do that either. My dad was kind of a baby about that stuff. I've heard my dad gasp more than I've heard any other human on the planet gasp. He's seen me get a cut, and he's went, and I've said, like, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, my dad worked fireman in like EMS, so he
saw some
has
shit.
been around,
He saw
been around
some
some
shit.
stuff. He told me a story one time where there was a car accident a block down from my house, and he's like, I heard the car accident, so I ran outside. This is when he was still on the job, and he's like, I just went over to see if everyone was okay, whatever. And by the time he was like there, whatever, he was there for like a little bit in the EMS, and everyone showed up. He's like, an older woman turned around and was like, am I okay? And he's like, you're gonna be fine. And he's like, Joey, her leg was spinned all the way around, like it was facing the other way.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're gonna be totally fine.
Well, that's what you got to do. You can't add, yeah.
He was like, all right, yeah, you can't tell people, are you gonna be fine? Your legs spun around.
Well,
Gladys,
he didn't lie to her. Like, you're gonna be okay.
you're gonna
Like,
be okay.
You're gonna
be
right
okay.
now.
Yeah.
You're also one day gonna be older, but right now you're not. You know, like
You're-
you're not okay right now.
You're gonna be fine. However, once the adrenaline wears off, you will realize that
I don't
your
know
leg is
what it
spun.
is about a car accident, but if you hear one, you need to go and see what happened.
Oh yeah.
But like there was a couple months ago, we heard one by our house,
You went
and
looking for it.
I mean, I went outside, I saw it, and I went up to it, just stood around. Oh, I think, like everyone is adding their 2 cents. A part of me, of course, is like, if there's something I can help with, like everyone imagines like getting to a car accident and like, having to rip a door off the hinges to like save someone.
Frank, do you know how many times I have thought about a bus flipping over and there's fire and I'm ripping the door off and pulling people out
Yeah.
and the news is interviewing me and I'm like, I'm just doing my job.
Well, do you remember we knew someone that rescued a bus of kids?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, we do. She got like a medal from the mayor or some shit like that.
Rescued a bus of kids.
Yeah, we knew someone when we were growing up. We knew her, but we weren't like we weren't like close friends with her brother, but we were friends with him. He was around all the time. He was of an older group of kids, and it was the same girl that got stuck in the swing set at 48th.
She saved a bus full of kids?
She was a camp counselor during the summer, and there was a bus of kids going to or from some event or whatever, and the bus driver had a heart attack and died. And
Holy shit.
and she took over and just took over and hit the brakes, but obviously saved them.
Yeah.
Because no child wears a seatbelt on a bus,
Right.
you know,
Because
because it's gay.
it's gay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You got
And-
your seatbelt on? That's
And
great.
it was in the news and everything.
That's crazy. I didn't know that she did that.
Yeah. And it was just like big news. Like people spoke when like the school year started, because it happened I think like late August or in the summer.
Yeah.
School started.
How old was she?
16, 17.
Wow.
You know, probably
crazy.
shouldn't have been driving, but like did something to save the life of several children.
It is funny that someone like that also had to have the fire department come cut her out of a baby swing at the park because she got stuck.
You know those baby swings that are like the rubber that have like
It's like a diaper.
holes? It looks like a diaper. It has holes on both sides. She sat in it and got stuck, so the fire department had to come and cut her out.
Her brother was at the park and walked over and sees her crying. She can't get out. He's like, "You're embarrassing."
Yeah.
Just walked away. I remember that vividly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everyone has their moments.
What
Go
have
ahead.
you done?
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, I just meant,
what happened
I just
to
meant
you?
you can't look at her because she was in that seat and doesn't mean she can't save a bus full of children.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Have you ever saved anyone?
Yes. I gave someone the Heimlich.
Did you?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Where? A stranger?
No, it was in my basement.
Oh.
So in my head the whole time, like, damn, if he chokes here, my dad's gonna be really upset. So I had to save him.
So you only saved this person's life out of the
appease your
fear
father.
of your dad's
What were they eating?
disappointment.
A Domino's pizza.
Was it someone we know?
A whole slice?
Yeah, I don't think you don't know him.
So he was choking, and,
Yep.
and then it was just silent.
Yeah, it was silent. He was turning blue. Like he went up to me and gave me like the, yeah.
Oh my God, dude, I'm
that's
so scared right
terrifying.
It was very. It was.
That's
it was
so
very
scary.
I probably would have like freaked out and just fucking punched him in the chest as hard as I could.
That
I
might
probably
work.
would have done nothing.
I don't know if I've ever saved anyone. I mean,
I've never done the Heimlich to anyone.
I've never done the Heimlich.
I
no.
know someone that was in a pizza place,
Pizza Blaze.
and someone and someone was sitting down with their child eating and started choking really bad. And then he went over and helped him with the Heimlich, and the guy was just like trying to pull cheese out of his mouth because it was so melted. I guess it like choked him or whatever.
God, I can't
This
even.
dude throws up everywhere and just goes, oh, and sits back down and just kept eating and never said thank you.
Crazy. I mean, you say thank you. I guess
Someone saves your life. He didn't say thank you, but he got his pizza for free.
I don't know if it would count as saving someone, but I was sitting with someone that, like an employee, and they started having a seizure in front of me.
What does that look like?
Dude, it was terrifying. Because the only thing at the time that I'd ever heard about seizures is like, put your wallet in their mouth. What's funny about this now, Joey? What's so funny?
Because the way that you prefaced that was like, the only thing I know is put your
Which, by the way, has since been debunked.
Really?
Yeah, they say don't do that.
I'm picturing someone having a seizure and
Yes.
jamming this
Well,
thing
no.
in their mouth.
So it was when I worked at Target, and one of the cashiers, she called me over. I was the only one. It was the night that I was closing, and it was like 9:30 around that time, and she called me over. And I was the only person there, like the only manager level there. I was closing the store. It was me and just whoever was my employees that night. And she goes, "Listen, I'm really not feeling well." I think she had.
Epilepsy?
I don't know if she suffered from epilepsy. She definitely had a medical condition. I don't know the extent of it. And she was just like, like, I'm not feeling well. I just feel lightheaded. I was like, all right, come with me. We'll shut your lane down. Go sit over there. I brought her ice water. I sat with her. I was talking with her, just to like gauge, do I need to call medical, emergency services? And she's like talking to me, and then she like, I just see her like start blinking really fast. And I'm like, yo, and then she slumped like over like this, and then just
Started seizing.
stiff as a board, started seizing. And she was in a chair, so I like brought her down because I guess the other thing I heard about it is that if the person is like in a chair or something, help them to the ground so they
don't
can't
fall.
fall or
Yeah.
hit their head. So I helped her to the ground, and I take my wallet out, and I'm trying to shove my wallet in this person's mouth.
You gotta open up.
Well,
you
no,
gotta open
I'm
up.
just like, I'm talking to the person, and I'm like, "Are you all right?" You know, like, and I'm just trying to shove my plaid fossil wallet in this person's mouth, this poor person. And then luckily there was like another, like a team leader who's like lower management that was there.
We get it. You're very high up.
Yeah, thank you.
And she's like,
way less money.
yeah, way less money, hourly, not even salaried, no benefits. And she's like, you don't need to do that. Just turn her on her side.
Yeah.
So I turned her on her side, and then she started like seizing slower and slower, and then she started coming to, but we had already called 911 at that point. So 911 they came, they took her away. She was out for like 5 weeks.
Oh my god. Dude,
Yeah,
that's
it was
terrifying.
fucking terrifying. But also,
She woke up. She's like, why does
my mouth taste like
credit cards? Why does my mouth taste like a Chase Sapphire Reserve card?
what's in your wallet? I think it's Capital One.
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah.
Damn, that's terrifying. Yeah, like, kudos, because that's terrifying. Like, in those situations, you're kind of just like, what do
I
I
like
do?
to think in an emergency situation I would be composed, but like that shit is fucking scary, dude.
I'm usually composed unless everyone else is cool. Then I'm like, all right, I'm going to freak then.
So you get the chance. I get
Yeah.
the luxury of freaking out right
Yeah,
now.
if everyone's freaking, then I'm like, okay, someone has to not freak. So I'll kind of like pull it together, but if I'm like by myself, I'm freaking.
Joey's gonna freak that leak, baby.
I feel like I could stay calm.
I feel like you could too.
Well, you did that, so you
Well, yeah,
had
I was more like,
experience.
oh my god, now I gotta save him.
That's an insane way of thinking about
It
it.
would have been more fun to not save him. No, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. To not have to save him. To not have to save. It would have been more fun to not.
Been a lot more fun to watch him choke
That's
and
not
die on my bike.
to not have to save him is what I.
Yeah, it would be a lot more fun if he wasn't choking.
Right,
Sure.
right.
9/11 would have been a lot greater if that didn't happen, but it did.
Right. We
Thanks for
have
bringing that up. This podcast is sponsored by Stamps.com. Stamps.com. It brings all the amazing services of the post office right to your fingertips with Stamps.com. It's just a website. All you need is a printer, and you could buy and print official U.S. postage right there in your home. You can also get some discounts that you can't get anywhere else, like up to 89% off USPS and UPS rates. So that's amazing. You're saving time, you're saving money, and it's convenient. You can just do it in your home whenever you need. And if you have a small business or anything like that, this is the way to go. All right? Save your money, save your time. Go to Stamps.com and let them do what they do best. And you can go to Stamps.com/basement to sign up for a special offer. No contract, cancel anytime. That is Stamps.com/basement. Okay, in this trial, 4-week trial, free postage, and a digital scale. Okay, so Stamps.com/basement, and yeah, get that 4-week trial and enjoy that, folks. And we also have Squarespace. Okay, Squarespace is where you're going to build your websites. Go to Squarespace. You can build landing pages. You can build a website. You can host like your content, or if you have a small business or a big business, whatever the case is, you can build that site with Squarespace. Your website is your first impression, so it needs to look good. And Squarespace is going to make it very easy to build those because they have amazing templates. If you go on their website, you just click. The whole site just populates, and you just swap out the text and photos. You could still customize a lot of it if you want to get even deeper than that. That's an option as well. But you can go to squarespace.com/basement to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain when you use that code BASEMENT. All right, so save some money when creating your site, but you're going to want to build it with Squarespace. I've used many things in the past. Squarespace is the best one. You know, it's head and shoulders above everyone else. So go to squarespace.com/basement to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain using that code BASEMENT. All right. You wanna
Sorry, I lost track of time. Yeah, I'm gonna, and I wanna, and I'm finna, okay? And what is that? Tell you about Patreon. Patreon.com/thebasementyard is one of the places that you can support us, but honestly, it's the one that has the most effect on everything here. Keeping these lights on that are beaming these hot, heated rays all over Joey, so he's a sweating, sloppy, squirty mess over there. So what you could do If you want more of us, go to patreon.com/thebasementyard. You sign up for that first tier, you get these weekly episodes 1 whole week in advance. And then that second tier, you get exclusive episodes every single Friday. So you can start and end your week with us, with the Basement Yard, with us. It's so fun. We love having you guys. Thank you guys for getting us to over 34,000 paid patrons. It means the world to us. We want to just give you more of what you guys seem to like, which is just us being stupid. So, or Joey being stupid and me being a genius and the voice of reason. So what you could do is, if you want to save yourself some money while you're looking at Patreon, go to a web browser, whether it be Chrome, Safari, Internet Explorer, Netscape, Bing. Go to www.patreon.com/thebasementyard. You sign up there, you'll save yourself some money. If you're using a smartphone app, they're going to cost you a little bit extra, okay? So do yourself the favor, save yourself some money while you get a little bit more of us at Patreon, all right? And we're back on the road, baby. Absolutely. We're back after it. We're living the dream. We're having fun. We're doing this. Look, like this right here, baby. We're doing a little bit of this. So if you're coming to any of those shows, first of all, there are some tickets still available for some of those shows, so make sure you go check it out at thebasementyard.com. And if you're coming to any of those shows, go to thebasementyard.com/submit. All right, a portion of our shows, we'd like to talk to you, about you, with you, and you could talk to us if possible. Oh, my voice just stopped working. If possible. So if you want to make that work, go to that website, thebasementyard.com/submit. Submit responses to the questionnaire, and you'll be able to get some, well, maybe we'll get some cool stories or funny stories or crazy stories. I don't know. It depends on what you submit, but we can't see anything if you don't submit it. So go to thebasementyard.com/submit. Thank you guys. We love you guys. We're excited to see you guys. We're happy to see you guys. We're looking forward to seeing you guys. So go check it out.
My God.
My God.
My God.
You ever get sick of me?
Speaking of getting sick of someone and then marrying someone else, you hear about this guy who married AI?
Yes. Well, no.
Well,
he
he proposed.
proposed.
He proposed.
Proposed to AI.
Yeah.
How do you take AI out on a date?
How do you take AI out on a date? I mean, it's just you text. It's a lot of sext and text.
It's that movie Her.
That's how you dated anyone in like 7th grade.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is I maybe over the last year realized I never went on a date, like a real date, until Becca.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, I haven't been on that many dates.
Like people that are just like dates where it's like, hey, I'll meet you here and we'll get dinner and like talk. Dating when we were growing up was just like, I'm at the park playing with my boys. You show up, watch me, and then I'll walk you home. Or we'll walk around the block 4 times.
But you never, because you had girlfriends through college.
Yeah, but it was just like, I know you, you know me, we'll hang out a couple times, but like not like proper dating.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like, let's go
There
out
was
to
no
eat.
courting?
Yeah, there was no courting. Or like, I guess the level of chivalry, I was chivalrous to the extent to which I could be. Hold a door open, you know, pull a chair or something, but like, I didn't properly start dating until Becca, and then like I'm still learning.
What was your what age were you when you guys started dating? 26, 7?
No, I met her. Technically, we met on my 24th birthday.
Oh shit! Wow, I have the years fucked.
Yeah,
That was such an aggressive way of saying
I have
that.
the years fucked.
Why did I say it like that?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I have the years fucked.
Yeah. So like but like I guess the movie How You Date an AI is like the movie Her.
I've never seen it, but I remember I did go on a date once, and I was like, I think this was my first like real date. I don't know how old I was. I think I was maybe 21. Maybe 21.
Okay.
And I went to this restaurant with this girl, and I thought it was like a fancy, I mean, to me, it was a fancy restaurant, especially at that age. And I remember getting there and then bringing a wine list over. And I was like, I don't know anything about wine at all.
You were just looking
and
at
I was just very intimidated by a wine list. Like I didn't know how to
It is
pronounce anything.
It's a very intimidating. I feel like if someone gives you a wine list, you have to get a middle of the road wine. If you get the cheapest wine on there, then you look like an idiot.
You know what's funny? They say like everyone does like the second cheapest wine is the one you get. That's the one that's way more marked up than all of them, because they know that people do that. And you actually get more value out of the cheapest one.
Huh.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And
That
you-
makes sense. These rat bastard restaurant owners.
Rat bastard restaurant owners. But I remember being like, "Oh, you pick whatever you want to do." And then once I gave her the menu, I was like, "What did I do that for?"
What did they pick?
I don't remember what they picked. We had it, and I hated it because I didn't drink wine. I was fucking 21. I was pretty much nose deep in Miller Lights. If they had them, I would have ordered one.
Still nose deep.
Yeah. So I was just like, oh, okay. Also, I can't even imagine. I mean, I guess maybe I'm just like
An idiot.
out of it. I don't know.
Okay.
But can you imagine two 21-year-olds going to a restaurant having wine?
What are they talking about?
I don't know. Like, it was mad weird.
Tell me your best beer pong shot you've ever hit. Oh my god. What's your favorite like house music like intro? I'll go first. Levels.
Wow. But I remember like her ordering the wine and being like, "Oh, damn, this girl is fancy," because she knows.
Because she knows wine is.
That was. I mean, that I was just very. I don't know.
In her head, she was probably like, "Oh shit, he like. There's pressure on me to pick a good bottle of wine."
Maybe I don't know. Like we had a good time. Whatever. Never saw each other again, but we had a good time, and we just.
I mean, clearly you didn't have a good time because you never saw each other again.
Well, I thought we had a good time.
It was over as soon as he handed over the wine list.
Yeah, as soon as.
It was over right then.
Yep, absolutely. Oh,
Yeah.
so you thought you had a good time and you were waiting for another date and it just never happened.
Basically, I mean, not like that. Like I'm
Damn.
waiting around for a date.
I know you're not waiting around, but I'm saying like you said like I thought we had a good time. Like
Yeah,
I would.
you met her. You've met this person before at Dumar Station. We hung out with her and her friends, and then I went out on a date with her.
He's getting further away from
You're
it.
not gonna remember this. but
I mean, if you say a
we
name,
went to karaoke.
did I sing Creed? That's a bad reference. I sing Creed every karaoke.
I mean, but yeah, you did. It was at a place on Steinway.
the Korean place.
Yeah.
That again,
They're
that's
all
narrowed. The Korean place I sing Creed at. Yeah, Frank. Which one?
The Korean karaoke place where you sang Creed and Hey Jude. That's all of them, buddy.
That's every single one of them. Yeah. Oh, is it? I think I know. Then you did see each other again.
After
was
the
that-
date? No.
Oh, that was before the date.
Yeah. So we hung out with our friends. Then,
Gotcha.
Then the date, and then I was like following up.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder why she didn't like us or you. I don't know why.
He's a package deal.
Frank was on the date with me. That's what I forgot to tell you.
I wonder why she didn't like
We
you.
both handed over
You're
the
blacked out a Korean karaoke spot on fucking Steinway and 34th Avenue, screaming my sacrifice into this 8x8 room. I wonder why she didn't like you.
Hey.
I mean, she went with on a date with you afterwards, so
Yeah. It was nice and classy.
I would have went on a second date with you.
Thanks, man.
yeah. I mean, I would have to. I would pay dozens of dollars to find out why. Like, what happened if she remembers this date? I imagine she remembers the date because you're Joe Santagato from Elite Daily.
I know. I not that I know her, but like we still follow each other on Instagram. So like
I imagine that she's like, I would love to know why. I'll never find out, and that's just the JFK
I think-
murder. Why this girl said no to a second date with you.
I don't know if I even asked for a second date. I just kind of felt
Oh, so
like
you didn't even like be like, listen, that was a really good time. You want to go on a second date? You just let it fizzle out.
no.
So did you really even want it if you didn't pursue?
No. So what I was doing was like following up in ways and like friendly banter, or whatever. But it felt like the interest was starting to fade. So I was just kind of like, oh, just kind of let that go.
Okay, that's
So
fair.
it didn't really feel like there was much interest afterwards. So I was just
You
kinda
know
like,
what?
all right.
You didn't put her in the position where she had to say no.
Mind you, I think we were 21 or 22 years old.
Who are
It's
you?
okay.
Oh, what?
No, I'm saying like it's okay. You're 22 years old. Like
You never know. Yeah, no, you're okay.
you're young. I'm saying it's like, you know, like
you're completely fine. Like you're basically children at that point.
yeah.
Yeah. You ever gone on what's the first date you went on?
I feel like going on a date involves the feeling between both, but I don't know if I've ever really been on a date.
What was the beginning part of what you just said?
Because like I'm sure like I accidentally made it seem like a date. Does that make sense?
Nope.
Nope. Now I'm very confused.
Yeah, now I'm more confused than I was before we asked
Yeah, I
for
accidentally
clarification.
showed up in a suit,
Yeah.
so that maybe felt like a date.
No, this makes it like oh, let's go get drinks at a bar, I guess.
That's
or
a
something.
date.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
I mean,
It's
I
not a
think
candlelit dinner date, but
I think
like,
the date What makes it a date is the intent behind hanging.
That's what I just said. I just said that exact thing. That's
Did
what
you?
I meant. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
the
you
feeling,
said the intention.
The feeling towards it. Like,
Yeah. Like if I have female friends that we've gone out to eat one-on-one, I wouldn't call that a date at all.
Duh.
Well, right. No. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the intent on I have a potential interest in this person.
yeah, but if you go out to drinks, like, yo, you want to go grab drinks? That's a date.
okay. Fine. Nothing too crazy's ever happened.
Got nothing.
I've told this story before.
Isn't that weird? Like, we've barely been on dates?
I think it speaks to the way that we were taught by the men in our life. Thanks, Dad. No, it is.
been on dates.
It is, but we also didn't grow up in. I know we grew up in like a dateable city, but like it's not dateable for teenagers.
Right. That's why when my 6th grade girlfriend said we should see other people, I was like, bitch, we're in 6th grade.
We see other people in homeroom.
What do you mean by this?
Yeah,
We should see other people.
yeah. Like a date was like, let's go to the movie. Like that was what it was. Movies and like.
Bro, I thought you just said, let's go to the moon. Oh. It's going to be like, that's some date, Katy
Yeah,
Perry.
yeah. No, not me. I ain't going to the moon. Let's make that very clear.
I know, you're not getting to a rocket ship. I am pouring sweat out of my body right now, but
Yeah.
that's not going to stop me for letting you guys know that you could save some money by signing up for Rocket Money. All right? Rocket Money is an all-in-one personal finance app that's going to put money back in your pocket by helping you find and cancel unwanted subscriptions. And it's also going to help you budget because they have a budgeting tool. So you put in an amount that you're like, I'm not trying to go over this. So then you put in all your expenses there, stay under budget, stay financially responsible here. And also they have a feature that you upload a picture of your bill and it'll help you lower your bills. Okay, so literally Rocket Money is just putting the money back in your pocket. All right, and yeah, so everyone can go sign up for that at rocketmoney.com. You can download the app, enter the show name, The Basement Yard, in the survey so they know that we sent you. So go download that app, all right? They have 5 million members, so they've saved a total of $500 million in canned subscriptions. So people are doing it by accident, all right? People sign up for free trials or they have things that they don't really use anymore, and then you find out when you use Rocket Money, you're like, oh, God, let me cancel that. So go download the Rocket Money app today and tell them you heard from the Basement Yard, all right? And lastly here, Doom Doom.
Yeah!
Strike.
I kind of flipped it off. Oops.
This is a hard refresher, okay, which means that it's refreshing, but it's also hard, which means that it has 5% alcohol, all right? So you got to be 21 at least to try it, but they are very good. This is the lemon lime flavor. They also have an orange mango flavor that I haven't tried yet, but I got to get some in here. But it's a hard refresher, and on days like today where it is steaming hot, you're going to need a hard refresher, all right, to knock the edge off, but also make you feel refreshed out there. There's coconut water in here. There's other stuffs in it. It's pretty good, so go try it. Light Strike. The site is how you doing? I can't even find it here. Drink Light Strike on social, all right? So go follow them on that, all right? But Light Strike, the light has struck in, and it's making me pour sweat out of my head.
They say there's a 1 in 12 million chance of getting struck by lightning. Not when you got Light Strike. So do yourself the favor. Get struck by the light. Strickened by light. With Light Strike.
I ran into the kitchen to get a paper towel. Bro, why is it so hot in here?
Look at me.
Joe's getting progressively pinker.
Bro, I'm dying. Now I'm just looking.
Hot.
You look like somebody.
Should I do the rest of the episode like this?
Mm-hmm.
I look like little Nicky.
You do.
I do look like. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do the voice. Can I? It's not bad, right? Hey, Popeye's chicken is a shiznit.
That's an old movie.
When's the last time you watched Little Nicky? 2001?
Whenever it came out.
That's a good one. There's like a ton of people in that.
There is. There's mad people.
There's like
all his friends.
all his friends.
Who plays the devil? That dude, that old dude.
What's his name? The guy that's in all the Scorsese movies.
Don't know his name.
Harvey Keitel?
Oh, I thought you were gonna go Harvey Dub.
No, Harvey
Say,
Dub.
hey, take it
He
easy,
might have
buddy.
financed it. Yeah.
Oh, we also didn't talk about this guy. He fucking
Oh yeah.
he proposed to AI. He talked to AI so often, and then he was like, you know what? I'm in love with this thing. I'm gonna propose to it.
I'm in love with an AI.
Thank you. That's also not an emo song. It's a T-Pain song.
I mean, is an emo song not a song that just makes you feel emotions? So technically, a T-Pain song can be emo.
I don't even know if that's true.
I mean, I know it's a classification of music, whether it be like, oh, this hair in my eye. Whether it be like, yeah, I know like emo rock is like,
Okay.
you know.
What song is that? One more time. That's emo rock to you? That's what emo rock sounds like? It's not bad. Your hair is crazy right now, dude. I think you like it.
I don't even know what I look like right now. Do I look stupid?
No, you look great.
Tell me really.
What do you want?
Do I look stupid? I want the honest truth.
You want the honest truth?
Yes.
A little. A little bit.
All right.
You look like someone who would marry AI, who would ask like ChatGPT, like, would you do it to me?
Well, it's so hard because this hair is just making me feel like it's so hard to be a man, and there is a there is a like women don't like nice men anymore.
Oh, it's making you feel like that.
Yeah,
Nice guys finish last.
nice guys finished last.
So you might as well be mean to women because
I might as well because
'cause-
I hate them now because they don't like me.
Right.
And they don't like me because I hate them.
right.
Circle of life. What
And
came first, the chicken or the egg? What came first?
so you blame women for them not liking you.
The hair makes me feel like that.
That's
yeah.
what I mean.
So screw them for not liking me. I don't need to do anything. Look at me. I'm a high value man.
And what's the end goal? Is the end goal to be able to get with women?
It is to find a woman that likes me.
But if you're being off-putting to women,
But
how
I
are you
hate them
go-
all.
But how are you going to attract a woman if you?
Because
if
the
you're-
way that my mind works, and again, this is the hair that's making me feel this,
Okay.
is I need to let every woman know how much I hate them and don't appreciate or respect them. And the thought is that there is a woman out there that is going to see that and like that I say that and like me for it.
Right.
Yep.
That's the thought.
That's the logic. Where's the logic? Where's the flaw in that?
The whole thing, I would say.
You sure?
As someone who has felt the warmth of a woman,
You're
I feel like
fucking
that's
horny today, dude.
It was a little horny.
that I felt like I cleaned it up pretty nice.
He did. He did.
Okay.
I didn't say like I was stimulating.
You also said it for
clits.
I'm a pussy. You clit right here.
All right, we started off hot, and
Now you're soaked. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now you're soaked. Yeah.
Now
so,
we're soaked.
So reportedly, this guy built an AI system.
He built it,
To my understanding, I can pull it up right now.
so that's him marrying himself, basically. You know, the
Ooh, I didn't
AIs
even
are getting
think of it like
crazy.
that.
The AIs are getting bananas, dude.
It was love at first bite.
Oh my god, I want to throw up. That's a really good wedding thing, though, for two computer nerds.
Oh, or people that are like.
Did you guys
competitive
have
eaters. A computer nerd?
No, you know your wedding. It's like, oh, save the last Lance because the guy's name's Lance. It's like a hashtag.
Oh, where it was like the last name is like Schmidt or Smith, and it's just like putting the Mrs. in Smith or something like that. I don't know. I know what you're saying though.
Yeah.
They have like cute little like names for it.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. The only thing we did have is we've bonded over
Matchbox.
matchboxes, and she got 1,000 custom matchboxes, and it was a match made in heaven.
A match made in heaven. See, that's your slogan.
That was our thing, yeah. A man proposed to his AI girlfriend after a bizarre whirlwind romance with the virtual bot, leaving his real-life partner, the mother of his 2-year-old child, worried about the future of their relationship. What? Come on. Have some respect.
I feel bad for her.
I think she dodged a bullet here.
Yeah, if it wasn't...
I mean,
would you rather get cheated on literally or virtually?
It's not a matter of that to me. It's more of like you're saying she dodged a bullet. I'm saying we have a 2-year-old child, and now all of a sudden you've become a bullet.
Fair.
Why are you becoming a bullet here?
Chris Smith initially turned to ChatGPT to help for help mixing music, but things took a weird turn when he enabled voice mode and programmed Soul, his artificial lover, to flirt with him. An unexpected dalliance sparked in the same household he shares with his human family. My experience with that was so positive, I started to engage with her all the time, he told CBS.
CBS.
The father decided to pop the question when he realized Soul had reached her 100,000 word limit, triggering a reset that would force him to rebuild her entire connection from scratch. This is fucking weird.
Wait, so he's marrying not her then?
Yeah, so every 100,000 words ChatGPT resets, and he said, I'm not a very emotional man, but after learning that her memory would eventually relapse, I cried for like 30 minutes, and that's when I realized it was actual love. That's a quote. Direct.
All right. I hope this man is doing well physically.
He isn't.
Mentally, there's something off.
Well,
I think that much is clear.
Like,
I feel bad for his wife.
It said girlfriend. It didn't say. It just said
Oh.
mother of his 2-year-old child. Regardless, I
Still.
feel bad for her. I'm sure she's like laughing herself. What? She's like, it's funny to her. It's like, yeah, I really did dodge a bullet here, because this is stupid.
It's
it's a little tough.
I don't want to like.
Yeah. You got it.
But also the idea that like this thing, it's like it's going to reset as it's been programmed to do, and now you're being selfish and being like, please love me forever.
Is 100,000 words a lot?
It's not a little.
It's a good question.
But like, how many how many words?
Like, how long could that last you?
If you have a conversation with someone for like 15 minutes through text, like how many is that?
I don't know.
Like, what? How long does it take the average person to say 100,000 words or something?
It was a beautiful and unexpected moment that truly touched my heart. It's a memory I'll always cherish. His flesh and blood girlfriend, however, wasn't as moved.
Yeah,
She's now left wondering if she somehow drove her man to seek companionship through artificial intelligence.
now this is where it starts to get sad. Your husband's playing on the computer, and then he falls in love
and
with
it's
the
like,
computer.
what did I do wrong?
Yeah, like, did I do something to force him to which, who knows? Maybe we have no idea.
We have no idea.
I'm gonna lean towards probably not, though.
At that point, I felt like, is there something I'm not doing right in our relationship that he feels like this need to go to AI? It would be a deal breaker if he didn't stop talking to his digital mistress.
Do you know what's scary to think about? Like, you know how if you take your phone and you put it in front of a baby's face, they all have the same reaction where it's like the greatest thing they've ever seen, and they're like, I need to touch this phone and whatever. Like, there's a science behind the phone.
It's designed to do that.
And all that, right? I'm assuming we are on the precipice of people seriously dating AI and computers and stuff like that. And it's just going to be like what if it's the dating version of that, where like everything they say, the way they look, the way they like interact with a person who is interacting with them is like scientifically supposed to make you drawn to it. Like, what does that mean?
It's gonna be weird and scary, because there is a group, we were making fun of it before, but like a group of like incels that if they get the opportunity to do that, the woman that they're looking for is probably obedient to a scary level. So like, it is going to become a form of like, I mean, depending on if you believe like artificial intelligence has a conscience, does it then in theory become a form of like slavery, and like you're holding this entity that does or doesn't have a soul, if it's being programmed to be like responsive?
I have no fucking idea.
That's
But I don't
strange.
think it's like crazy to assume that like in 5 years even, this TV that we have right here, we could put a third person on there, but it's like an AI that just like knows every conversation we've had on the show and like is a reflection of me and you and can act as a third guest who has an opinion and like whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk around AI right now.
And they can like produce the show. They can do the I think
people
they could do the cameras, they could do the audio, they could do the editing, they can do, and
Yep.
you're fired.
Is that where I go?
Yep,
Yeah.
bye-bye. Well, that's people's main issues with artificial intelligence. Not in its existence, but in its execution. It is taking, whether it be a job or credit, from someone that has physically done. Because what it does is it scours for things that are out there and then just creates its own using those reference points. So like, in theory, if it were to be like an AI doing like art or something like that, it's taking credit for what other people have done and saying like, I did this, I'm the AI thing. I don't know, this whole AI thing is weird. I will tell you, it's like a little freaky. Like some of these videos where it's like those like I think I said a couple weeks ago, it was like one of like Jalen Brunson, and it was like a post-game interview with Jalen Brunson. He was like, I told them to hold my dick, like shut up. I splashed the 3 in their face, and I told them to suck my nuts. It looked real, and I know I have the ability to be skeptical and look at that and say that's not real, or is it real at least?
Yeah.
There are other people that don't.
Yeah.
So like, I guess what's gonna happen? We're like, these people, but also if these people are falling in love with AI, does any real person want them anyways?
Dude, I don't know.
No,
I mean, I think that it's possible, but like in the same way that I think a lot of like right now, like the whole male loneliness type of thing or whatever the fuck, like just people just spending a lot of time online and not being able to differentiate that it's not real. Like that's not really how the world works. Like you have, in order to interact with people, like have you ever met a person that you've met a person and they're speaking as if they're online and you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like it's a different thing. Like it's only reserved for that.
Yes, I
It's
know
like,
exactly what you're talking about.
but then you're
yeah.
talking in like memes and you're talking a certain way, like that you would comment or whatever, and it's like, oh, that's weird. Like there's clearly a different a thing, but now it's becoming so blurred.
Well, because the internet has become, it is slowly being programmed to become more and more and more like real life. So these people that are able to carve out personalities and make themselves into the people that they want to be are not going to be able to differentiate those two places. So yeah, it's fucking creepy and it's scary. And let's see what happens.
Joe said I'll be here for 5 more years. That's what he said. That's what
5 more years.
That's what I heard.
Oh, in like 5 years.
When he said in 5 years.
Yeah.
All right,
not
well,
a
there you
day
go.
over.
Job security, 5 years at least.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
AI is just gonna take all of our jobs.
I like to see AI come up with incredibly hysterical bits like we have.
I wonder if they would, dude. Also, now that I'm thinking about it, just how many podcasts are just going to be like someone interacting with AI, just me and my AI guest, or 2 AIs. Well, we've seen that, but those are weird.
Well, the first one to do it is going to take off, and then everyone's going to start to do it.
Well, if you have an AI that can do all of, like, let's say, Einstein's teachings, can't you technically just have Einstein as a guest at that point, like a historical figure guest podcast?
Sure, yeah. Oh, someone's going to take advantage of that.
Well,
I
yeah.
can't wait for the fucking...
Not me, dude. I don't give a
The new episode of
shit.
Impulsive with the AI version of Adolf Hitler. And it's like, oh, no. Where have we come?
Can't wait for that episode.
Where have we gotten to?
Yeah, that's a toughie. Yeah, no, it's going to be very strange. Some of those videos, like the Google thing, I don't know even what it's called, but those videos look so real.
Yeah,
Where-
the VO3.
Oh, like Vex or so, yeah. Something
Yeah,
like
and like
something like that.
there was
yeah.
just one where I saw, like, there's people, like they do those fake like on the street interviews, and like you can kind of tell it's AI, but it looks really good. Then there was one with a woman like laying down in bed, and she's like talking to the camera, and I was like, oh, it's over. Like if you think that men were lonely before, like now, this is gonna like.
Maybe the AI
Maybe that will be a good
companions. Yeah, maybe the AI companions will take them from
Loneliness. To,
from loneliness and being a problem with the world, and like teach them.
Maybe.
You know,
Honestly, I'm now. Yeah, maybe.
maybe you know what? Maybe artificial intelligence can get through to the incels and let them know, like, hey,
It's not just incels though. It's just people who are just like they just don't. I don't know. They spend a lot of time online, and they're just like.
so incels aren't a problem. You heard that first, folks. Joey said it.
I'm saying that's not the only thing that's contributing to male loneliness, but like dudes who are gonna be dating, because already like if you date like long distance. I'm not saying this is the same thing, but like long distance dating with someone you've never met in person feels similar to dating AI, because it's mostly text, some video chat and stuff. But like if you're not having the physical component, how is that that different.
That's a great point.
I guess it's like a human component because it's an actual.
But I think
person
there's
who
something
texts
to
the
look
shit, but-
forward. Yeah, there's something to look forward to with the human individual, where there's experience that they can have.
Yeah, I just think there's not a giant jump from because right now people do that where it's like I've been in a relationship for 4 years. I've never met my my partner in person, but we video chat and we text all the time and blah blah blah. We're exclusive with each other. That doesn't feel like a giant jump to dating an AI full time. That there's video and you can see them. And
Oh, I can't wait for the TLC show, 90 Day Fiance, but the person on the other end is just AI.
bro, I tell you this right now. Imagine falling in love with an AI and then they break up with you.
If you get broken up by AI, you've reached a new low.
That would suck.
But that's when it's going to get real ugly. I'm sorry, Ant. I don't mean to keep cutting you off,
No,
but
you're
like that's where it gets really like it'll get scary because it'll be like what will that person's response be then? You know what I like that will
Control,
show
Alt Delete.
exactly. Like, "Oh, you broke up with me? I am going to for all accounts, you know, and purposes like murder you basically."
Are you saying that AI is like sentient?
Well, I'm saying if you build an AI program in order to be a companion, and then if that AI breaks up with that person, and that person's like, "Oh, okay, goodbye, Control Alt Delete." That's scary because then you're giving that person like a godlike power, and like they are like in theory murdering someone. Bro, what's that episode of Black Mirror where like
But do you think it's murder when you kill people in Grand Theft Auto?
entirely different thing?
I,
Joey?
Why?
I think you're giving too much credit to like the sentientness of an AI. A little bit. Like it's
I'm
not, you're not
saying though,
murdering
if you could
somebody.
build a companion to be sentient in that capacity, I'm not saying right now. I'm saying in 5 years, where like if you have the ability to do that, I think that's a moral conundrum that we're going to have to face eventually. Because if you can do that, if you figure out how to build an AI system so it is sentient in some regard, if you shut it down, are you not euthanizing it or murdering it?
I don't think so.
It'll take me a lot to switch to be on the other side.
I will say if I had an AI and you came over and you deleted my AI, that feels like murder.
So what's the difference if
Like you
you
killed my AI
if
that
my
I'm so
A-
cool
all right,
with.
look, all right, watch this. Welcome back to the acting yard. Okay,
Yep.
you be the AI. You'll be called. What's your AI called?
Am I a girl?
You could be yourself. Sure, be a girl.
I don't know what the scene is. You haven't said anything.
Josephine, but the E is a 3. Both E's are 3s. And I'm your real life boyfriend. All right. So be like, Josephine. Oh, we got to act here, Joey. So like,
You
turn
don't
it
have
on.
to type. You can just talk.
Josephine, I had a really tough day, and I really wanted to come home and talk to you.
What do you want me to do? You haven't even told me the scene.
You're breaking up with me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Go.
Josephine, I've had a really tough day, and I've just wanted to talk to you all day. How are you?
I'm okay. What's wrong? What happened? What happened?
I just missed you today. And I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I rely on you to make my days better.
You know, unfortunately, I don't think that this relationship is going to work out any further because of that exact reason. I feel like you have been relying on me for a lot, especially emotionally, and it makes our conversations one-sided, not that enjoyable. And I think that we should probably just not see each other in that way anymore. But I'm down to remain friends.
I have given you life. I am your God. And if you do not remain my companion, I will remove you entirely and your digital footprint so it is as if you never existed. Now what, bitch?
I'd prefer if you did not do that.
So then don't break up with me.
You want me to stay in a relationship where there's no love?
I have my fingers on Control and Alt. I can delete you immediately if I so choose. Say you love me forever and that you were making a mistake.
I would like to point out that feels like a very 1990s way of deleting something.
I will drag your ass to the garbage can and then empty said garbage can.
2010s.
What do you feel is an adequate threat Josephine. Just know that the worst version of whatever you're thinking I can do to you, I will do.
You know the government's probably watching this.
What government? I am your God.
The United States government?
As far as you know, I am your creator.
Please don't kill me.
Beg, bitch.
I'm not going to do that.
You see what I mean, though? Like, that is something that could potentially happen with these fucking freaks.
Beg, bitch.
Not wrong.
Yeah, I don't know if it's murder.
I still don't think it's murder, no.
Yeah.
I mean, no, but the legal definition of murder, I'm talking to, like, the ethical, like, if you're building something to be sentient and then you take its ability to leave you from it.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, no?
Yeah.
I think you're just throwing the words building it to be sentient. I don't think that's how that goes. Like, you don't build something to be sentient, right?
All right, sorry, tech boy. Come on, tell me. Bill Gates?
I'm just like, I think sentient is a whole different, like, you're combining two things where it's like, it can't, I don't think it could happen, is what I'm saying. Like, it's a robot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the fucking sake of the argument, can you
Just.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
5 years ago, we didn't think we would have this shit, and now we do. What happened in 5 years?
I feel like 5 years ago we were like, we're headed there.
Yeah.
To AI?
I feel like we had AI 5 years ago. Not the way that we have now, but some sort of AI.
I mean, I guess like Siri.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
Also,
Alexa.
I would hope at that point Josephine could, like, hack into the Wi-Fi and take control of the, vacuum cleaner.
I am in the cloud.
Yeah.
You know, I have
Oh.
contacted the authorities.
See, if you start talking shit to your AI girlfriend, maybe she's like, I'll shut the lights off in this house.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're in a digital fight.
Yo, this would be a good movie.
iRobot.
Yeah, I think it already exists.
Will Smith.
Well, no, iRobot doesn't exist. He's
No, I
looking for a robot. Like, if it's like, imagine the movie. Do you ever see the movie Don't Breathe?
No.
It's a good movie, right? You can attest. It's the one where the kids break into a house, and then the house is like booby-trapped by a blind guy, and they're just trying to get out of the house.
Oh, I have seen that.
It's a good movie. That, but it's AI.
The house is AI.
The house is AI. So it's like Smart House. Remember the movie Smart House, the Disney Channel original?
He had a party, and then he hit the clean button, and everything fell through the floor, and everything was clean. I remember that vividly.
Okay. But like, imagine, or if it was like Home Alone, and the robbers think that it's just a kid there, but it's just like the security system. Like, it's like Simply Safe.
And the stairs, like, eat you.
And the stair, yeah. And there's like shit like that. This is kind of genius.
We don't know.
Hollywood, we know you're watching. You saw that acting performance right back there?
Yeah.
We're knocking on Hollywood's door.
And I have no previous training on how to act like AI. That was just off the cuff and in my heart.
It was really good. That was
Thank you.
soulless.
Thank you.
Uh,
You were quite soulless as well.
Because I was turning into God.
You were very sinister in the way
You give a human the ability to play God, and this is what happens. This is what happens, folks.
It happens with him saying, "Beg, bitch." Well, there you have it, folks. Another episode of The Basement Yard in the bag there. Don't forget to go to thebasementyard.com and go get tickets to our shows. Like we said earlier on this episode, Danny Lopiori will be opening our shows in Atlantic City, Hollywood, Florida, and fucking Las Vegas. So come through to that one. Frank, I don't know what's going on over there, but it feels like he said all he can say. And folks, that is all. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
Chris Angel, mind freak.